The meaning of the movie author Orpheus to read for minutes published 7.11. 2020 updated 7.11. 2020 There are no more animals and plants on the planet. People do not understand how to live on. Ecology is ruined, it is simply impossible to breathe. The only way out is artificial oxygen. But even this new technology has significant disadvantages. The year is 2067. Does mankind have at least a chance of salvation? It is on this question tried to give an answer to the director of the movie, 2067, Time Loop. The meaning of the movie, 2067, the Time Loop, the original culture of Australian cinematography has left its mark on the movie. The viewer before watching the movie should try to tune into a peculiar wave, turn off his thoughts, plunge into the atmosphere reigning on the screen. It is worth noting that the musical accompaniment of the picture is above all praise. Despite the hopelessness of the situation, the viewer does not feel a gloomy atmosphere. We understand that in the complex intricacies of fate has its own special meaning. In the movie, 2067, Time Loop, there is a great depth. Over time, the viewer realizes that everything is not as simple as it is shown on the screen. The harmonious, emotional motion picture has a twisted plot. After the introduction, the viewer is immersed in an incredible atmosphere of intrigue, understatement. We do not understand what can pass in the next frame. This is what keeps the audience in suspense until the very finale. Excellent directorial move. The creators accurately and clearly worked out every detail. An ecological threat is looming over our planet. This is a fact. The problem of ecology is known to everyone. The director tried to colorfully and understandably explain the consequences of the death of animal and plant life. From the unfolding picture, some viewers were horrified. Nature must be protected. This is the main meaning of the movie, 2067, The Time Loop. Another direction of the storyline is traveling through a time portal. A scientist travels to the distant future. For what purpose? To right the wrongs of the present? The year is 2067. People have only synthetic oxygen. Everything around them is painted in gloomy colors. There seems to be no light at all. The character's existence depends directly on the production of artificial oxygen. They can only hope for science, because there has been an ecological disaster. There are no animals or plants left on the planet. People were able not only to subjugate nature, but also to destroy it. This played a cruel joke on them. Even a few years ago, the characters could not imagine that such a thing was possible. They were warned about the possible consequences, but they did not believe. The outcome was extremely sad. To get his portion of synthetic oxygen, the hero must first issue a coupon for it. In the movie, the creators tried to depict the harsh reality a few years later. The year 2067. That's just a few decades from now. Not even hundreds or thousands. But why don't people take care of the planet they live on? Flora and fauna are suffering from the uncontrolled use of natural resources. It seems that there is no way out at all. Everything is so bleak that there is no point in even trying to change anything. However, the main character does not want to give up. He clearly understands that each of the inhabitants of the planet is responsible for the ecological disaster. The main character has a goal. To achieve it, he is ready for anything. The director showed an love line in the picture. For a simple worker, family values are very important. He tries to help his wife in any way possible. The hero does not think about his own life. The character is even ready to sacrifice himself, but to restore the planet, to disperse the impenetrable layers of overhanging smog. Why did the protagonist go to the future? In his soul there is hope that this is not the end of the history of mankind. He has a mission. He must make every effort to correct the consequences of the ecological catastrophe. However, the scale of damage to the planet is so enormous that scientists cannot develop a further plan of action. The meaning of the final movie, 2067, Loop of Time, the motion picture can be attributed to the genre of science fiction. The mysterious storyline makes viewers think about what will happen in the next episode. The ending of the tape is extremely unexpected. The meaning of the final movie, 2067, Time Loop, is that people often forget that they are completely dependent on nature. You cannot be consumerist to the animal world, plants. Otherwise, man himself will suffer. This vital movie raises the burning questions. Thousands of factories around the world, cutting down trees on a huge scale, water and air pollution cause enormous harm to all living things. The movie, 2067, Loop of Time, is a kind of call. The director of the movie is as if trying to convey to everyone that it is necessary to stop, look around and stop harming ourselves. We ourselves create the present, the future also depends on our actions. Needless to say, without oxygen, people will inevitably die. However, many people are sure that this will never happen to them. The main idea of the movie is that everyone should take care of their planet. The bright future of our descendants depends solely on ourselves.